So some of the important things we've been doing in the police department is maintaining the county executive's proposal to continue the increase in public safety staffing, and particularly in the police department. We've had, I think, a lot of success in terms of bringing new officers on and improving the levels of staffing in the county, which I think a lot of people would agree, were lower than they should have been 8 years ago. One of the new initiatives this year is going to be the body cameras. We're going to have a briefing by the police department on police body cameras now. The police are going to begin implementation of a body camera program in May or June, and hopefully within a year it'll be fully implemented throughout the department. They were actually the initiators of this. Much to the chief's credit and the department's credit, was something that you had decided to push forward before any of us walked over and called you. In fact, I was happy when I first contacted you. I think that says a lot about the department. You know that this is not, you didn't have to be prompted to do this, you're already looking at it. In the fire area, some more innovative ways of dealing with ambulance services, sort of like life and safety, because 90% of the calls that we receive through our fire department are really related to health and not related to fire, to look at how we make sure we have more ambulances available. The other department in public safety, the big department, is correctional facilities. And I have to say that, it's not often you get to say that you're really, really proud of your correctional facilities. But in Montgomery County, we have a lot to be proud of in our correctional facilities. They really are ahead of the curve. There's an enormous emphasis on rehabilitation, be able to exit that system and to re-enter society employable with the inmates to help them prepare for transition back into public life. My other committee is the Education Committee. We're probably looking at not being able to provide enough funds to avoid increases in class size. And that continues to be a major area of concern for me. I'm a former teacher. I taught until I got elected to the council. There's probably nothing that impacts a student more once they're in school than the class sizes. When class sizes become overly large, it just becomes more difficult to teach and more difficult to learn.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
We've also been talking about early childhood development, and we're at a point now where there's enormous evidence that investments in early childhood development are probably the best investments you can make in education. It's not a cheap thing. It's one reason we haven't been able to roll out a comprehensive early child care program, is that it is not something you can do inexpensively. And I'm hopeful that over the next couple of years we're able to devote more resources toward addressing it. The budget hasn't recovered the way people hoped. Tax revenues certainly haven't recovered the way people hoped. Overall, I think, though, this is a decent budget. I think the county executive did a good job of putting it together. They had hard choices to make. We're very focused on preventing loss and damage to programs. It would be nice to start talking about what kind of programs we could implement that would actually improve things in the county. So that's sort of my general overview of this.